We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is woodstock Spalding. One of the reasons I'm here is because when I read the newspaper, I overhear so much misleading. The newspaper reports very accurately on a lot of misleading going on. And humans in business to do it. The planet doesn't need more services. The service industry is failing. Can't even touch the tip of the iceberg of its need. The planet needs generosity and taught, and humans are the hands of that generosity. And there is supply here for that generosity. There is not any supply to tax. You've written it all off before it's even produced. Only there is supply for generosity. Yes, there is. And it would feed, a percent of the need that the service industry cannot get near to touch. The service industry is failing, and it cannot be afforded right now. And it's yelling, we want more, we want more. You're failing. Can't afford you, service industry. We don't have any supply to give with you what you have. You're trying to give away blood out of a turnip, and it isn't here. The currency is broke. And there's no supply for service to give away anymore. There isn't. And those that have the most are yelling they want the most. Huh. On the way to the grave, you got 5 years here, you still want to get your service share. Why? Huh? When you know damn well you got 5 years to live. If you're not doing it as an individual, you've signed off your interests, and somebody speaking for you with your power of attorney is yelling the same thing and using you as a token in a turnstile of them having a position to scream to get more in your name. Bah! It is being taught out of higher education. It sure is. And it's robbed every society it's ever touched. And long before the United States of America has this been a problem in human beings that reached this kind of momentum and the absence of honesty and generosity with themselves. Isn't it? Excuse me. Skeleton Studios Broadcasting. Norman Woodstock Spalding. I need to make these broadcasts longer. Work up a little steam. 10 minutes. There's so much being misled. You can't speak to it like this. You can't. You have to put two and two together longer, back up with what you say and think off the top of your head. And that's what I do. I come here and just come off the top of my head, what I remember. I don't have much preparation. It's there. I think of a few things and let the rest take place when it does. It's up to you to do the more, though. You are able to remember me. Anyone watching this clip is able to remember one hell of a lot more than I do about anything I'm speaking about and actually get your nose involved in causing a lovely effect. The legislation aspect is a very backed up approach, extremely passive, and it uses a ballot. There's none of the above. It takes generations to affect these things. In the meantime, I'll tell you what. You don't really need these reps. The representative system is failing. The contractors are getting the best of them. You don't need anybody there at all. Use the contracts you have living. You've got plenty of contracts to take care of everything. You don't need more contracts. These reps are all they're doing is buying and giving away. They're hiring contractors. You don't need any more. Done. No more contractors. Think about that. Oh, now? Yep. No more contractors. Will you starve? You didn't hire one more contractor today? On this planet? Not one more contractor. International, local, anywhere. Not one more contractor. In any way, shape, or form. Would you starve to death? Sooner or later, you have to fast to the false contracting you got going on right now because there's no product for it. There's nothing. There's no service baloney. You're failing. Can't afford you. There's nothing there for you to give away and can't afford your wages. You're professionals in the service industry. You're thieves, and you know it. And you're asking for more, and you know that's wrong. And you're robbing those yet to come. And what has to happen, I'll tell you, is that after work, before work, around work, those not working, Everyone has to start putting in some effort in contribution and doing something not only of service industry, competing with all the industries that the currency uses. All the contractors, all the tasks the contractors do now, contribution is going to compete with it. And set up and leave something, especially tangible, that can be used as collateral to borrow against and write a currency and use that currency and show a surplus and take that surplus and pay some of the duty on the Federal Reserve note stacked up for generations. You have to do it. You're facing Mother Nature. And the North American continent faces Mother Nature. Want to bet? All the other continents will be cowards and weasels, not North America. Yay, North America. A very priceless place on this planet, and specifically and precisely different. Want to bet? A real celebration of this planet, North America. A fine celebration that no other place knows. Want to bet? And she stands for what they call a backed up and inclusive description. That's called the truth. And it really has a confession more attached to it than any braggarty, that is for sure. Truth is in a state of confession long before anybody was born, and will be there after everyone living now is dead. Truth is in a state of confession. Want to be a part of the truth? Understand the confession of it. And humans have misled themselves. This is all about misleading. This is all about misleading. And that's all it's about. Get the light on this. Come over here. Misleading. All about misleading. And that's what this society is doing to the planet. Big time. So, they can't be afforded any longer. They are the greatest threat you have. They are. Because they'll be the last to have the confession of Nineveh. This planet is just Nineveh with many neighborhoods and is entitled to the same wonderful experience that that city got to do. Now, I don't make a pimple on Jonah's rear end. Well, let me tell you, this man you halo so much and call him God, Jesus, approached and said to you that Jonah was the sign and certainly not him. So if anybody was God, it was Jonah. According to Jesus. Jesus didn't call himself God. He called Jonah God. That never changed. No. You know, they let a few things get into that report of misleading you with the report, thinking that you don't have the brains to understand the report. What is the report of the storyline of this planet? I'll tell you what it is. You're priceless. You do not need extortion in any way, shape, or form. You need to lay out in the terms of duty and see your mind in the position of duty from the time you're born to the time you die. That's what you need. And you'll be a very, very happy community. Do you want to bet? When you return your mindset to favors and the frequency of them, you'll never use a contract system again. What a degrading remark. And especially saying that you could sacrifice a man's blood to your God. Your God is not appeased by any human being's blood in any way, shape, or form. Let me remind you of that one, too. I'll be back.